Welcome back, Nerdy. How's your Discord doing?
Uh, it's good for now. It's good for now. It's good for now. It
Here.
will probably crash again though. I honestly, yeah, the fact that it crashed twice already is concerning to me. I was hoping we were gonna get like once an hour, but it seems like we're getting like twice every half hour. So, that's
That's
not
okay.
good.
There's nothing you do. It is what it is. But we are back. We are soon going to get into Priffin versus Cube. Nerdy, what are your expectations going into this match? What do you think?
You know, you mentioned this earlier as one of the most exciting matches. I think this is one of the most exciting matches. We have the previous season 3 victor going against the previous RSG world record holder
True.
comeback arc Cube.
True.
So I feel like this is, I don't know, this is like some main character stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like this is going to be an exciting match no matter how it turns out.
Yeah, can Cube make it happen? Like, I think, like you said, sorry, I was trying to think of the words to say. I think he's definitely an underdog, considering Priffin won the last playoffs. But I think that's just, it's very weird to say that Cube is the underdog. You know, like that just doesn't sit right to say that Cube is the underdog. And I mean, I think we're gonna potentially be saying that a lot with the matches coming up. There's just too many good players in our bracket. But I mean, start over to the player cards, see if these players have played against each other during the season at all. What their win loss is, always something fun to look at. Wow, Priffin up 4-2 against Cube. But hey, Cube's 1-2. Cube can win 2 again. And that's close, but like crazy win rate from Priffin there, 65% over a pretty sizable amount of matches. Not the 1,000 that we saw from Papler, but 500. Not bad. And I mean, Cube 61%. But yeah, I mean, not as many matches. A little bit worse rank time. A little bit worse average time. But it's very close. You know what I mean? It's very, very close. So like, Cube being the underdog is very interesting. And chat, I think we can, I'm trying to think of what, dude, words are so hard. It's so early. Like, why am I up? Anyways, we can hear what I was going to say. We can hear from Cube himself about what he thinks about this match. One of our player interviews today. We can throw it over to our Cube interview exclusive. Pog. Let us watch that together. Very hype. See what Cube has to say.
Hello everyone, I am Cube1337X, or just Cube for short. I first started Minecraft speedrunning in 2020 when I watched Forsen suck at them and thought to myself,
crafting.
It can't be this hard surely, right? And that managed to lead me down the this rabbit hole where after years of grinding, I managed to get the world record 116 RC and all advancements back in early to mid 2022. I've also competed in multiple tournaments during that time, main noticeable ones ESI and Method Skinner Hill. But when 2023 rolled around, I was forced to take a year-long break due to mandatory military service that is required in Finland. But I'm glad to be back now to show how well I can compete at the top level still. My first time playing ranked, and in the qualifiers, I definitely have noticed that the skill ceiling has grown massively since I was gone, and the competition has never been more tough, especially now that I have made it to the qualifiers. Even this first match against Priffin, I'm gonna have to really try my best, but ultimately I think I have a chance to win and make it all the way to the end. I do still have a lot to learn though, and practice, and will continue to improve. I'd say currently my biggest strength is decision making, my biggest weakness has to be mechanical skill. But no matter what happens, I'm glad to see myself make it to the round of 16, and we will have to see what the future holds.
Debut interview. Yeah, I mean, very cool to see Cube back. You think B edited that video maybe with all the bees around, or just like
that would make sense. You know, that would make sense.
The craziest producer tag ever. You just have like 3/4 of the entire video.
True.
But yeah, I mean, I think what Cube says is very true. The skill ceiling on just a ton of like micro mechanical stuff. so high nowadays in the past 6 months, 9 months, or whatever. What are you smiling at?
I just think Fulham's comment is funny. That's all.
Biggest B making buzz. You think that's
Yeah.
funny?
Yeah, that got me.
I knew exactly what you were smiling at. I didn't need to ask at all because, like, I knew that. I knew you were smiling at that message.
Oh, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just the fact that there's been so much mini micro stuff, and especially like coming back to the game after taking a break for a while, like a lot of it like it all piles on. You know, like you can learn stuff, you know, as you go. Right? Like if stuff like every week something small gets innovated, you can learn it as it happens versus, you know, coming back after a year and there's so much that has changed. But I think Cube's done a very good job, like being able to get back up to this level. Like I think he played in the mid-season showdown and didn't do very well, and then proceeded to get top 4 in the qualifiers to even
That's
be
hard
here.
too.
So
You know?
yeah, I mean, out of what, the 60 people that we had, definitely hard to have that consistency over a lot of seeds. And Cube would have done even better without a, you know, one or two couple mistakes there. So I think it's gonna be a very close match. I think we're ready to get into the seed pick bans, and I think if Cube's not super confident in his decision making, we could see him ban Buried Treasure here. Yeah, makes sense. Surprised about the Room Portal ban from Priffin though. You think maybe just not enough variance in the overworld at all? Like it sort of doesn't really matter that you play
Right.
Room Portal potentially.
I mean,
Want to give yourself that
yeah.
advantage in the overworld, and if you're thinking you want to get an advantage somewhere, it's gonna have to come from a seed type that lets you get an advantage, right? Like how are you gonna pull ahead on a Room Portal seed? I guess they can be awkward sometimes, like if you just have a bucket, but then it's just like runners just get annoyed. Like you'll see that watching people do just regular ranked ladder streams, like you'll load into a seed, and if it's like an island and there's no spike, like someone will instantly seed change, and just the other person will most likely accept it because it's like they just don't want to swim to the shipwreck and back. Or like you open the Room Portal chest and you have to craft a bucket and there's no iron pickaxe, and it's like you'll just instantly seed change because like why, like why, it's just like not as fun. It's just like annoying to play like stone axe wood pick or something, you know. Like I was watching Silver play a seed yesterday where there was not enough iron for a pickaxe, so they just had a bucket, but there was a gold pickaxe in the Room Portal, but it was silk touch, so you like mine the stone and then move it to the tree and then place it near the tree and then make a wooden pick to then, because you can't get the cobble. It was just like the craziest situation, but could happen in ranked. And I'm completely yapping about a seed type that doesn't even matter because we're playing Desert Temple, the most skill or most variance potentially, most wacky skill. You know, no one's really playing Desert Temple for like any percent runs, you know, like you're not resetting at all for a desert. So it's very, very ranked pilled seed. Very, very ranked pilled opportunity. Who do you think is going to come out on top in this overworld, Nerdy? What do you think?
In this overworld or in this match?
Just in the overworld. Sorry, I didn't let you speak at all about the seed pick ban at all.
No,
Like, what do you?
it's okay. It's okay. You know, I think we're gonna see Cube come out on top. He's the AA guy. You know what I mean?
You has played AA recently. Got a sub 250, I think, in the last couple weeks. Very
Wow.
exciting stuff. Didn't even have a sub 3, and then coming back, getting sub 250. Very, very impressive. And former AA record holder.
But yeah, so I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I think we're gonna see a Cube dub, or I think we're gonna see Cube take the first seed here.
Wow.
That's gonna be my
the
early
entire
prediction.
seed. Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go that far.
I
It
mean,
would
Cube
be
was out
yeah.
of the temple first. So if they play the exact same way, he will be entering first. But it's very interesting here. I don't know where these runners are going to be getting food at all. It's either going to be in this savannah or it's going to be nowhere because this enter. Oh, apple for Cube, apple for Priffin as well. Okay. It is standard, but you know, if you don't blow up the same amount of leaves as the other player, it could be weird.
True.
Look at that. And Priffin, oh, it's still crafting. I was going to say Priffin somehow just already ahead off of Cowhole for Cube. Smart. Set himself on fire. If you're on 4 hearts in this overworld, Nerdy, do you almost want to just hunger reset? Like, Cube can
It's an
probably
option
craft
for
the bag.
sure.
Like, do you even eat cow whatever meat 7 steak? Crazy. I
There you
couldn't
go.
think of that word. Just absolutely crazy. But entering the Nether, not sure. Oh my God! Cube spilling over the lava. Needs to find another lava pool.
That could be
There
really
was another
bad.
one in the desert, but that's just not good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake, and the nerdy prediction is not looking good right now. I'm gonna be honest.
A
Oh, there it
lot of
is.
time
Okay.
left in the sea though. Yeah, no, there was I think that was the lava pool that both runners initially saw. And then just sort of had to pivot over to the plains one after it was just closer to the wood. But
Still though, that's time loss. And now
yeah, I
Priffin's,
mean,
20 seconds up.
not good for Cube by any means. But there's the spike. And Priffin's definitely gonna get to this bastion first unless we see a pretty crazy terrain mistake. Yep, there it is. Looks like housing as well, pretty manhuntable. Shouldn't see too much time differentiation here. But Cube, I mean, right behind Priffin, navving, almost the same exact way. Yeah, I mean, it feels like Cube made up some time. I don't know how much, but it feels like he's not as far behind as he was. Getting into this manhunt. Does Priffin only have rotten flesh? Did Priffin really not get any cows? I don't think he did. That could be good for your prediction, Nerdy. Putting Cube potentially in the lead just off of having
One salmon, it
5
looks like.
steak. 1 salmon? Sure.
One
It's
salmon,
just, it's literally
23
it's
flesh.
so impossible to watch both. I remember, I
One
think we
apple,
tried
one
that
salmon.
once. I was like, Nerdy would always watch the screen on the right, and I would always watch the screen on the left, but it's just like not possible to like not look at who's like playing faster or like who has like more flashy things happening. Oh my God, Cube has so many pigs. Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Priffin's honestly just in a really bad spot. Look at this food situation.
Maybe there's some hoglins, so he could do that, but
Yeah,
that is
true.
like 10 seconds right there. That would just, you have to invest in killing the hoglin if you do that. So I don't know. I think this might be looking good for Cube.
Yeah, I mean, and steak as well. Like, it's just crazy. Priffin putting all his valuables in a chest here. Interesting, saving it for the piglins. They're gonna love that those crimson vines. I don't even know what they're called, man. Nether vines. I should know. The little red ones, whatever. Crimson vines, whatever. But I mean, both leaving at around the same time. 15 obby only for Cube. Priffin should be in a similar situation, so maybe these runners having to pearl to the top of housing. It looks like Priffin's trying to find an angle to do that, but it's sort of terrained off here. So he's doing the best he can as Cube is just heading up, and it looks like very similar pace for both runners. Should be obby up here as well. Ranked filter does guarantee obsidian at least 5 in one of the chests, and there it is right there, exactly 5. So these runners going to be having exactly 20 obsidian. As they're heading to the fort. No misplace possible. Well, obviously it's possible, but can't happen if these runners want to double travel. It almost like gives you more pressure having 20 obby instead of like 21.
True.
You'll just like think about it more. You're like, oh my God, I can't mess it up. But even though like you normally just should never mess it up. But look at this. Cube ahead. Has 3 steaks still. I think he still has the apple as well. Priffin just ate the golden apple that he crafted.
Yeah, that's suboptimal.
I'm not sure if Priffin still has the salmon. That I do not know.
No, he did eat that. He did eat that.
Wow, so Priffin just on flesh now. Cube doesn't have his apple, but Cube still has 2 steak and full hunger health. So ahead in the fort, ahead on the food situation. Like Priffin just has to hope that it's a close stronghold. Honestly, if this is like 2,000 blocks, going to be very, very rough for Priffin to try to get to second portal cords with just no food. Not going to be able to pearl aggressive at all.
And that is what we saw Cube say. It's funny. The Cube in the prediction or in the video before said exactly his strengths and weaknesses we've seen in this match. So his decision making very good, going for the food, but his mechanics, he messed up the portal, right? So
Yeah.
it's funny that he just like completely predicted how this match was going to go, in a sense.
That is true. He did mess up one of the mechanical things. Getting ready to blind 4 rods. Has a lot of spare pearls. And Cube has already pre-crafted anchors for ground 0. Or not anchors, iron bars. For ground 0. Ooh, that's not... Oh, 521 maybe. 700? Yeah, similar for both runners. So, looking a little good for the Priffin fans. 2 pork chop from a pig. So, pretty clutch that he's blinding on these pigs as well. Food situation basically saved. But I think Cube's still ahead. Oh!
Ooh.
Take a fall off the back of the spawner. That could have been a lot worse.
Still not good though. That's like -1 stake.
And, I mean, yeah. And not even -1 stake, it's minus time.
Yep.
Cube killed 1 extra rod for some reason, and Priffin's already going to cords. I mean, Priffin made up all this time.
This is really close here. Looks like Cube is...
Yeah, I don't know where we're getting this portal down. It's sort of in between where both runners are.
Here we go. Cube's
But
building
Cube
it,
not
though.
falling in the lava. Yeah, wow. All these micro things just going back and forth. Cube back ahead. Priffin, went a little too low. And Priffin's going to snap. Or Cube's going to snap into the stronghold off that Y level. Gets an insane spike that direction. There it is, though. Heading top left in our stronghold. Nerdy's crashed. We're back to fridge cam. Not top left. Is it going to be mid hooking left? It might be mid hooking left. Nerdy's back. Welcome back, Nerdy.
I'm back. I'm back.
Stronghold developments. Both runners running top left. Both runners whiffing on the nav so far. It's got to be like a weird zombie spawner. This spike from Cube doesn't look great. Priffin trying to wormhole into the portal room. This is not good for Cube. Priffin's heard something. Cube's there.
Yeah, what?
It's perfect for Cube. Priffin's in a ravine.
Oh, no.
Zeroable for Cube. Has a ton of beds. No spare food. Rotten flesh, at least. Priffin finds it, but it's way too late. If Cube hits the 0, it's over. It's top front 97. Cube gets there with a rotation to spare as well. And he's got so many beds, it's just keeping the height up. You can have bad timing here as well, and it should be fine.
I feel like this just came down to the decision making.
And there it is. Cube takes seed 1. Our season 3 playoffs winner now in a back-to-back must-win situation. And Cube could do it. Very, very good stuff. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, like a little bit of mechanical mistakes from Cube, and I mean, he was behind heading to cords, but Priffin just made a big mistake on that terrain. Just went too low in the lava, lost so much time having to build up and then build sideways. We got the splits working again. Very exciting. But this finding stronghold to found stronghold split, this where it's minus 12 for Cube and then minus 15, doesn't show how back and forth it was on that split. Cube falling off the spawner, Priffin heading to cords first, Priffin messing up the cords, and then Cube having a faster stronghold split as well. Was ahead by a lot, so or not by a lot, I guess 15 seconds isn't a ton, but when you're entering the end and they're both zeroable, as long as you're in there 4 or 5 seconds faster, that's most of the time enough. And he gave himself a 30-second cushion, which was more than enough. Very good stuff from Cube Nerdy. Very, very exciting. Surely Nerdy's here, right?
I'm here. Yes. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I had to step away for 1 second. And I'm back.
Good. You're good.
But yeah, overall great match. It's funny to me that Cube's prediction was accurate. That his decision making was his strength. Yeah, I'm curious to see if that will continue into the next seed.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can look at our seed pick ban. I mean, what did we banned BT, we banned Room Portal. It's either Shipwreck or Village. Shipwreck pick. Interesting. I mean, Village may be a little similar to Desert Temple, so it's maybe interesting that Priffin doesn't pick that, as he was just ahead in that overworld, but made a bad food play. I guess you can't really make a bad food play in a village, though, because there's just food in the village, so it's very hard to miss food. But Shipwreck may be picked because Cube bans BT. And I think Cube really only does that because just maybe not as confident and, you know, losing a few seconds here and there to faster crafting from Priffin and potentially, you know, faster BT finding from Priffin. Like, Cube definitely knows how to do all that stuff, but it's just like, if you haven't been doing it, you know, thousands of times every day, you know, Priffin plays so much. I think Priffin's been live for like 10 hours, genuinely. I think he was live before we went to bed, Nerdy. And his title was like 50 Nethers playoffs later. And I read someone ask in his chat, are you going to stay live until your playoffs match? And he said yes. So I think Priffin's been live for like 9 or 10 hours. So just like the amount of raw play time over the course of, you know, the last few months. I mean, Priffin's been playing so much, and yeah, could just be very confident with the shipwrecks. You know, you do play a lot of shipwrecks still in any percent, even though BT is ideal. You do just spawn on an island, so you don't know what you're gonna get. I think Priffin can take this seed, Nerdy. What do you think? I think I'm ready to see the gameplay. Ready to see Cube potentially with. I mean, I think it's the biggest upset of the bracket if Cube wins. Just, you know, because Priffin won last season. I think it'd be the biggest upset.
Early prediction again. I think Cube's taking the dub. I think Cube looked pretty good last seed. Yeah, he did make that early mistake, but I feel like overall his decision making was pretty good. And I don't know. I mean, I just feel I'm confident in Cube. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Very possible. I mean, but look how annoying this shipwreck is. 8 iron, 1 diamond, so you can't make iron axe. So you're either doing what Cube is doing, you're making a stone axe, or you're doing what Priffin's doing, you're making a wood axe and leaving off the shipwreck. It's just like so annoying. Cube trying to make a budget gold ingot that did not work, unfortunately. But Cube's gonna be making a stone axe here. Just weird.
Let's see who comes out on top. I don't know. I mean,
it's like, generally better here to do what Priffin's doing, but you get potentially less wood because you just like are capped on the amount of like things that you have to mine in the shipwreck that are sort of awkward. But yeah, I mean, Wood Axe play I think is a little better because you can't make shears for blocks. I don't know, very unclear. Priffin ahead by a little bit. Was it all mechanics related? Was it decision making related? Whatever. I don't know. But Priffin will be in the Nether first, barring a portal mishap. I guess it is one door, so I guess Priffin does have to do an L.
And Priffin
did mess up the L, yeah. If that was me, I'm not messing up the L, because that's all I know. But Cube is in the Nether first. Gets the Bastion spike.
I will say, you say you know the L, but you don't know what it's like to take an MCC L. Am I right?
Thanks, Nerdy. I appreciate that. I mean, I did get second individual. I'm kind of washed. But...
Okay, well, it's okay.
Did Priffin drop his pickaxe? Wait, what just happened? Guys? Guys, what happened?
Oh, that's not good. Surely this rune portal has something for him.
Oh my god, wow, Jesus Christ, how does the rune portal have 5 iron?
That's crazy. That's crazy right there.
Crazy. And he can get his gold block too. Where is this Bastion even? But like Cube hasn't even showed up on his screen. Like, oh, there it is. There's the bridge. Just insane.
That is like the most clutch rune portal I feel like we've ever seen in playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it is bridge. not potentially that many chests in the Bastion. Could have just been over. Could have just been literally totally over. And he's got golden carrots. 10. Oh my god. Like, yeah, it's just insane. The Cube, like,
Yeah,
there's no world in which Cube checks that.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, that just, I feel like, in an odd sense, it almost feels like he got rewarded for that
For dropping the
mistake.
pick. Yeah.
And obviously he's behind, but those golden carrots, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, 7 bread is alright. But it's an SSV4. You're going to potentially take some damage that you don't want to take. That is a little unavoidable. 23 rotten flesh isn't going to be really doing much. But I could easily see Cube grabbing this room portal on the way to the fort. I could easily see it happen. You know what I mean? Like he just because it is like kind of on the way. Not like he'll be able to see it. So I could very well see Cube just grab this, and we're in a very similar situation. But yeah, I cannot believe Priffin got so rewarded for that. Like, how does that room portal have 5 iron and 10 golden carrots?
I don't know. I mean, that's just crazy. Like I don't think I could have. I mean, the only thing, yeah, I mean, a looting sword would have maybe been a little bit better, but other than that, I feel like I can't imagine a better ruin portal.
Yeah, Priffin doing Donkey Kong route. Unfortunately, not the Hoglin proof variation, so I had to burn some lava there. I don't think any of the piglins burned, so not a huge deal. And this is right triples, so not the most beneficial of times to do Donkey Kong route, and he does not have that many pigs to look like this was worth it. Cube potentially so far ahead here. But we'll see. I mean, a little bit more pigs coming in from Priffin just now. Cube still only 16 pearls, but enough beds for 0. There's more pearls as well. 18 obby. I think he's just waiting for 2 more. 1 more obby, 19 right now. And he's got the 20. Is he going to check this room portal? Is it on his way? I swear it was like close. Oh, Nerdy's crashed again. Fridgeberg. Once again. And Cube is not going to be grabbing this room portal. Just going to be playing off the strays here. 4 bread and taking a hit from Wither Skelly. Welcome back, Nerdy.
Thank you. I'm sorry, chat. Really sorry.
This is brutal. It's like every half hour. No, you're fine. It's just it's like annoying for you probably more than it is for anything else.
Yeah, it is. It is quite annoying. I will try and figure it
Priffin
out.
taking a bath next to the fort. Guys, it's not Nerdy's internet. His Discord is crashing.
Yeah.
Because the application is not good. But that's okay. Nerdy, you haven't really missed much. Cube did not get the room portal. Not in a position to get the room portal. Has to deal with a lot of Wither Skellies here. Is very, very slowly running out of food. Good food, at least.
Yeah, this is a scary situation for Cube.
His
for sure.
Discord is crashing because of his internet. Like, why do I'm reading the messages that are stupid? I don't. It's just. It's like it's my fault for even reading that out loud. Just keep it to myself.
That's a good theory. I do like your theory.
Like, I should just not verbally read that. I'm glad that Lucas knows more about your problem than you do there, Nerdy. I mean, Cube is not even ahead on rods, and he's now completely out of good food. Cube is behind on rods, out of good food, on 4 hearts. Nerdy, I feel like Cube played the seed better and got punished for it.
Yep. I mean,
in some ways, and he's dead.
Well, he's dead. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's Minecraft speedrunning. You know what I mean? It can happen. There's a lot of luck.
That is,
and
it's just so insane.
No,
I mean, definitely
I
his fault that he died there, though. Like, took a lot of unnecessary damage from the strays. You know, Priffin not taking that damage, even though obviously had the food to take it, but Priffin been good with the food. I'm shocked that Cube is not resetting. I feel like he burned some stuff potentially. We'll see. And I mean, even just trying to get back to stuff in this fort having no fire res, like no blocks.
I mean, it might be a tilt decision, you know. But
I mean,
see.
it is obviously just faster to go and get his stuff back, but
yeah, maybe that's what he's playing for here.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, already on 2.5 hearts from this wither. Trying to find his stuff, but look at that. Blaze needs to get this wither skelly out of the way. Dodge every single blaze fireball. Every single hit will kill him. Can he get to a fire res? He does, but like some stuff just burned. 21 obby. He has no explosives. He has no explosives, okay. But he somehow has obby and pearls and rods. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow.
Do you have arrows? No arrows.
Oh, he has wool. Apparently the wool's pre-crafted, so maybe he's just fine. Yeah, my fault. I mean, is this really gonna matter? Like Priffin so far ahead knows that Cube hasn't even blinded, so has to assume that he died. Just got the Cube blind message, right? So, I mean, Priffin could get lost in the stronghold for a very long time. Seen ranked matches where that's happened. It is a mine shaft. So, it is possible you just get no good spike, but it might just be here for Priffin, it looks like. Nope. Priffin still doesn't know where. Cube needs to get wood. I think he knows. I mean, he got wood at least for one bed. Keep trying to hunger reset here. Half a heart. Priffin, still no portal room. Second death for Cube on this seed was intentional, though. Priffin backtracking a bit. Maybe a little lost in the stronghold here. And the longer you go, there's the portal room, though. Can just find it. And look, Nerdy, he's not even out of golden carrots.
Yeah.
Still has a golden carrot. Just crazy.
Yeah, this
Keep hitting the chords.
Quite unlucky for... Well, not unlucky for Cube, necessarily. Like, he definitely could have played that fort better, but...
Yeah.
I feel like it's very undeniably very lucky for Priffin. This seed.
Yeah.
But that being said, at the end of the day, you know, he's playing with what he's got, and you know, he's doing a good job. He's not dying. He's playing safe, and I mean,
yeah. This is an interesting situation, Nerdy. Cube,
okay. Yeah.
In the stronghold, Priffin not zeroing its top 100. So I don't blame him. But if Cube can insta-nav, I mean, he just doesn't like really even have the pearls to hit it. But if Cube can insta-nav somehow, it's possible. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, ground zero potentially, but I don't think he has iron bars. But there's a snap for Priffin, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Cube would need to insta-nav and have some insta-snap that Priffin doesn't. But there it is. Nice 4-bed. And Priffin taking seed 2. I mean, did play the fort well, did play the rest of the seed well, but got, just like you said, just so incredibly saved by that room portal.
Yeah.
Like, probably the most important chest that anyone has ever opened in a playoffs ever.
Yeah, and it's... Yeah, I mean, it's sort of hard. It's like kind of hard to describe how lucky that was in a way. I mean, first of all, I mean, getting the 2 iron, I don't know exactly how rare that is, but
got 5 iron, Nerdy.
Well, I'm saying he needed
like getting out at least 2. Yeah. Sure.
So so getting the iron was good. And then I feel like the situation of, okay, you're going to have a really dangerous Soul Sand Valley fortress. What is the best thing we could possibly give you other than a looting sword? How about 11 golden carrots? Meanwhile, the other person, like, it's definitely, I think, a pretty lucky thing to happen. The question is, what could Cube have done better? I feel like that's the question that maybe Cube should be asking if he's trying to, you know, improve and get ready for the next seed. What decisions could he make to play safer in that fort and not take that death, right? Because if he doesn't take that death, I don't know. It's looking a lot closer, right? Even with the golden carrots
100%.
that Priffin had. So, I mean, definitely very lucky for Priffin, but there were probably things that Cube could have done better.
Yeah. And hey, I'm gonna have to cut your analysis off there a little bit, as we do have our patented, trademarked, official Fulham ranked analysis segment as we get into our C3. Gonna see what Fulham can break down for us that we potentially missed, what we can see these runners can do to bring home the victory for them, so we can see them back here next week. So we're gonna throw it over to Fulham, see what he's got to show us, and we'll be back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the halftime analysis segment, the mid-match analysis segment. We are finally at a middle point of the match. It is 1-1 between Priffin, our current defending champion, and Cube, our complete newcomer to MCSR ranked playoffs. Now, I want to throw this straight back into Seed 1, where Cube was able to take home the victory. And let's just look at the very start of this world for him. Now, bear in mind, at the very start, we do see that Cube does have these 6 stake, which is going to be very helpful later on in the seed. But something that we see absolutely instantly during this seed is this. As he builds the portal, notice that he places the water slightly incorrectly and actually places it behind the location that he's meant to. Instead, placing it on the leaves in the background, which does cause this to entirely flow, and he's not able to catch it in time, causing him to lose around 30 seconds, forcing him to go out into the desert to find that lava pool. Now, that's going to lose him a little bit of this early game time. However, the food that he gathered was able to drag him back to around about even midway throughout the seed.
Like -1 stake.
And at this point, let me just make Nerdy be a little bit more quiet there. Notice here, this is something that I wanted to bring up. Notice that Priffin, on the left side of your screen here, is ready to leave, has all of the 6 rods that he does in fact need, and sends this first pearl in this direction. But notice that as he's trying to turn right here and go down into this crevice, he's not sure about his coordinates. Bear in mind at this time, Cube has only just left the spawner. Now, Priffin was around about 5 seconds ahead here, but while Cube is able to notice his coordinates and rather than throw another pearl, uses the terrain on his left and instead just decides to dig in. All of this time, Priffin is trying to deal with being in the lava here, tries to crank out, falls off. All this time, Cube has made up all of that time and more from the from leaving the spawner back here, needing to kill this extra blaze for no apparent reason, and was able to save all of that time and ends up entering the stronghold first, which allowed him to enter the end first, and we saw a victory in seed number 1. But that was severely helped by this from Priffin, as we're going to see in just 1 second here. Priffin did hear the silverfish through the corner of this room. If I turn up the volume a little bit here, you may be able to hear it as well. And you can just hear it as he places that block. You could hear the silverfish, which I believe is this subtitle, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, but I think that means fish. So, yeah, I know that much at least. But you can hear the silverfish through the wall, and he decides to try and dig down to try and attempt to find where this silverfish spawned. This loses him around about 20 seconds and ends up having to go through a ravine, dig round, and still search until eventually he's able to find the portal room down this path right here. In the meanwhile, Cube has indeed entered the end and was able to take the first seed with a very clean 0 cycle. Now on to seed 2. Priffin is 1-0 down And as he's making his first portal, we're going to notice that the nerves seem to have flip-flopped between these two runners. Notice that Cube made a mistake with his portal in the first run, and Priffin makes a mistake in this run, trying to make an L-shaped portal, but instead tries to be a little bit fancy with it, and makes a mistake. Has to pick up the door here and make a brand new portal. All in the meanwhile, Cube is able to enter the Nether and get a little bit of a head start. However, notice that as Priffin is attempting to throw out some items from his hotbar, he throws his pickaxe into the lava, which is definitely not something you're going to want to do as you're entering the Nether. Entering the Nether with no pick, no spare iron, and hardly any wood to make a new pickaxe. However, as soon as he enters the Nether, he becomes very fortunate in the fact that, first and foremost, the fortress is right here. Now, he is thinking, maybe I can grab 3 diamonds, or I can grab 3 iron, I can grab a few materials in this fortress so that I can make a new pickaxe. This would be very helpful. Notices no chest and instead decides to go for this ruin portal down here. And as Nerdy and Feinberg did point out, this may have been the luckiest chest possible that he could have received at this exact time. 10 golden carrots, increasing his food ability by probably over double, given the fact that he's only got 8 bread and 23 rotten flesh. But not only that, was able to pick up enough iron nuggets to completely make a brand new pickaxe. That's insanely lucky. This could have had a golden chestplate and a golden shovel and maybe 3 iron nuggets and 4 fire charges, and the run would have been over, pretty much. Priffin may have had to reset this seed at this point, giving Cube a 2-minute head start. However, that 2-minute head start may not have actually made a ton of difference, because as we see here, Cube does end up dying due to taking all of this damage from these wither skeletons. But while he was killing these wither skeletons, something that neither commentator picked up was after killing so many, he actually picked up 2 wither skulls. Notice this, as soon as he opens his inventory right here, I'll try and pause it. He's got 2 wither skulls in his inventory right here, and this is a very important thing, because he didn't put it on for good luck. And that is something that is crucial in these matches. And because of that, we notice that Cube, in fact, does take a death shortly after to none other than the wither skeletons themselves. And that is going to cause him to lose a ton of time. And with that hit there and the lack of fire res, he is pinned between touching the blaze fireball here, taking an extra tick of damage. This wither skeleton's able to come in and give him his final hit, causing him to die. That is going to be a big loss. And you notice, as this death message pops up, you can notice these items here, just behind this text, do actually fly beyond the barrier. And that could have made a huge amount of difference. You can see them fly all over the side there. I believe it was a boat, some glowstone, a fire resistance potion, some golden nuggets. Not, in fact, that important. You can see his wool does survive, which is something that allowed him to potentially come back in the seed. After dying, he was able to come back to the fortress, and because it was so close to spawn, he was able to gather most of that material back, which was fantastically helpful. But all the meanwhile, Priffin was able to keep his advantage, not only in the food sense, but also in the time sense. Enters the stronghold first and does enter the end first as well. But something that was quite big was this. Now, we know that Cube already had 2 skulls, and they did sadly fall over the edge. But right there is his 3rd skull. I'm just saying this man could have run AA in this exact seat. All bosses, maybe. Something pretty crazy. We could have seen a beacon in a ranked tournament. Would have been absolutely insane. But as you can see, he picks up his 3rd skull. And sadly, the other 2 skulls did fall over the side. But it would have been really funny. Maybe if he knew that he was losing to, give the crowd something to cheer about. But bear in mind, it is still 1 seed apiece in this match between Priffin and Cube, and it is winner takes all for the next seed. The defending champion has his back up against the wall. Can Priffin advance into the quarterfinals, or will we see a new kid on the block returning after a year of inactivity? Can we see Cube in his first ranked playoffs potentially make it past one of the toughest oppositions there is going to be? I'm going to send you guys back to Nerdy and to Feinberg, and I will see you all very shortly.
I was muted. That's unlucky. Only one sentence though. I caught it pretty quick. Those skull rates are crazy. I didn't realize it was 3, man. That's crazy. I had good skull rates playing an AA private room the other day. I wonder if they're buffed in ranked or something. But yeah, that's insane. 3. I mean, lost 2, still had 1. But yeah, I mean, Nerdy, we can throw it over the seed pick ban just so we see that we're playing a village. I mean, you're not really picking anything. It's just the one overworld type that's still there. But who do you think takes the seed? Nerdy, what do you think?
So this is hard. So I think Cube's been playing better today. I think Cube has been playing a little bit better. But
Sure.
But the last seed, 2 things. 1, Cube did mess up. He did mess up. So that's a sign that maybe Cube's a little shaky, right? Like that's a mistake on Cube's end. The other thing is that I feel like it is hard to come back after a loss. It's easy to spiral, you know what I mean? And so maybe Priffin has a slight advantage here. That being said, I don't know. I mean, it really could go either way. I guess I'm gonna lean Cube just because I feel like he's gonna be able to take that break, take a deep breath, and lock in. But I don't know. I could really see this going either way.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I don't have anything else really to add. I think Cube's been playing slightly better, but all it takes is just one mistake. You know,
right.
That's all it is. And I'm ready to get in the game whenever the room starts. Ready to see what we can get into. And there it is. Very exciting. Very good stuff. Island Village, it looks like. Nice. Shipwreck. Visible. Lava pool. Wow.
Oh my
this
goodness.
Is someone built this seed. And knowing how the rank filter works, that honestly might be the case. Might have forced the lava pool on this island. But one blacksmith only. Priffin grabbing a couple extra apples. Cube gonna just head to the shipwreck, so is Priffin. Is it buried? It is. Cube gonna go in. Priffin as well. Punching the same. Oh, Cube. There we go. Little off. Unlucky. Gets the iron though. Did he fast loot all of it? He did. That's gonna be enough. Don't have to kill a golem. Either of these runners. Cube a little bit more bread. Not as much stuff, but he's able to make shears. They're getting the same tree. This is probably the only tree on the island generated feature in the animal pen here. The only way you're gonna get a nice tree.
Where's our flint? There we go. There we go.
Yeah, where Priffin's going. And Priffin just I think ordered this overworld maybe a little better. So he's just a little bit more ahead here, heading towards the lava pool.
Yep.
Has the flint already. Cube's gonna have to grind this flint out in the portal. So Priffin a little bit ahead on this village. I mean, they both did the same, literally like the same exact stuff. I think just Priffin a little bit faster and more intentional with his ordering. But there's the flint for Cube, and he's somehow ahead first. I don't know if Priffin messed up the portal. I was watching Cube more than I was watching Priffin, but I don't know. And we're on the Bastion. So, very, very, very close between these players. Cube trying to figure out what it is. Looks like it's stables. Is it a double, triple? I think it was. No, that's a double.
Okay.
Hopefully. Oh, Cube maybe is he gonna force this? Unless I was mistaken. Manhunting the pigs down, perhaps. Surely this is the middle of the stables. It's not. It's the right side. Are we gonna be able to save these pigs? Oh, there's your terrain. A little bit. Priffin trying to pyrate in the middle of this stables dig down. The Cube's got... Oh, drops his shovel. Doesn't really matter. So many pigs, though. knows it has to be bottom bag gap here, unless it's disconnected double triple, which I don't even know if that's possible. But there he goes.
Interesting.
And I mean, Priffin a little bit ahead on just the pace of trading. Obviously depends on how many pigs you get, but Cube doing pig fall, a hard and a half. Wow. Scary. Priffin doing your classic stables route. Every time I see someone do pig fall, I swear they just almost die. Like, I don't know. I don't vibe with pig fall. I'm a little reformed. I vibe with Donkey Kong round bridge. I don't vibe with pig fall. And Cube almost died every time. It's just, I watch somebody do it. It just reinforces my belief that it's just like not
Too risky.
the play. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. But maybe I'm just a hater.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I mean, there is something to be said. If something is risky like it, I mean, you know, whether you, especially in a format like ranked where you want to be consistent.
Yeah, I think it's just too risky, and I think it doesn't get you more pigs. Nerdy's disconnected once again. It doesn't like get you more pigs. It just starts trading slightly faster. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm that Pigfall enjoyer. Welcome back, Nerdy. That was 23 minutes in between crashes. That's some good stuff. You should open your task manager on the side. See if you're like running out of memory or something. See if it's
Good
like
idea.
memory leak.
I have it open. I have it open. I'm keeping an eye on it. We'll see. We'll see. I think you might be right. I think it might be a memory thing.
Just see what it is. I don't know. Griffin out. Pigfall enjoyer stocks incredibly low. So incredibly very low. Priffin in the fort first. No good strays, but Pearl hanging back to home portal doesn't have 20 obsidian. Does Cube have 20? I don't know. He does. Cube potentially in a very, very good spot in this seed.
Ooh.
We will see. It's just like you have so much more flexibility, 20 obsidian, I mean, but it just like going to be different strongholds potentially, going to be very weird. But Cube has so many strays here. Oh my god. I mean, Priffin's cranking the spawner too, but...
Oh my god, he's getting knocked into them!
Well, it's this... Oh my god, he's dead again. Wow, and that's going to be it. That's just got to be it. Priffin's already gone back to home portal. That's got to be it. I think it was just like a regular skeleton. I don't know. I think he just like walked off on the second time. I don't know. I think he maybe got shot off on the first one. Maybe we get a full analysis segment just on that, like just to literally watch the clip again. But I don't like. Did he get shot on the second one? I mean, like, there's no way he just like walked off. But it felt like that skeleton was so far.
I saw it. It was very far. Maybe it was a different skeleton or something. I don't know.
I mean, or it was just an American sniper. I don't know. But Cube, give him credit where he's due. Still trying. Get back to his stuff. I feel like he's lost like more stuff than last time, and he already lost a lot of stuff last time. And I mean, just need Priffin to somehow choke. But there's just running out of places to lose time. Only has like 2 splits left in the whole run. I mean, maybe Priffin's fire res runs out and he burns all his stuff in lava. If you're a cube enjoyer, like maybe that's what you're hoping for. Apparently Priffin has, I guess Priffin has 10 spare obby and he did home portal. That's a bit silly. But he's in the stronghold. And it doesn't matter that he made that mistake because Cube did just die, and that's worse than basically everything else.
He might die again.
I would be shocked if he gets his stuff. I'd be genuinely shocked. I mean, he's almost there. It's
Maybe
just
he
crazy.
will.
He gets hit once. I don't even feel like he lost that much. Like, he has his stuff back somehow. That's
Let's
very
see, 20
impressive.
obby, pearls, yeah. I didn't see explosives, but... Oh, might have lost explosives.
That's just crazy that he even just has his stuff back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think any explosives. Every time I see him open his inventory. I'm not seeing it.
Did he craft wool again, maybe? No.
I don't think
41,
so. Okay.
41 glowstone. Priffin having a stronghold experience again. So again, nerdy in this, see what we've seen is just Cube. It's literally just one death to Wither Skellies both times, but Cube played the rest of the seed just like better. I mean, Priffin literally did home portal for no reason. I don't know why, you know. But Priffin just ahead. I mean, he's not making the biggest mistake, and that's all you need sometimes. Like, just not dying. And Cube somehow has to get back, and it's just like he's making back the time. It just doesn't have doesn't even have arrows for half bow. Those burned. So he's got 3 anchors. I guess okay. Oh, he's got 2 anchors, dude. He's got 16 crying. So say is enough for like he just has a yellow bed from the village. He has 3 explosives. Yeah, has to kill sheep here. And Priffin 38 wool. So he's got 5 bed, 1 anchor, 6 explosives. Should be zeroable basically always. You're gonna need Priffin to choke the 0, lose explosives, die. I don't know. On 3 hearts.
Something weird has to happen.
Should be fine.
Looking good so far, too.
Has some food as well. Yeah, it would need to be an explosive mishap here. But that's some good damage off the first 3. Looking like that's going to be it for Cube. I mean, not a good anchor, but that bed should do it. The bed does do it. Priffin barely clutching out the 0. And going to take it 2-1. I mean, as a Cube upset enjoyer, definitely disappointing. But Priffin makes the mistakes where I guess they matter less, you know?
Yep.
Cube making just the two small, or Cube two big mistakes. That's all it is. Just dying twice. Just can't. Got to manage your health in those forts. You know, playing maybe a little too fast. Definitely potentially unlucky. With some skeletons, you know, obviously strays are not 100% standardized. It's just not possible. But yeah, I mean, Cube seemed to be playing the seeds better up until the big mistakes, but it just it is what it is, and he isn't able to close out the best of 3 after winning seed 1. Nerdy loses 2 in a row, and unfortunately, don't get to see Cube next weekend. Very sad, but Nerdy, he got into the playoffs after not playing for
very impressive. Yeah,
a year. Did get to the playoffs. Did make it through the qualifiers.
I mean, still, it is also exciting to see Priffin, you know, our previous winner, still in this. I feel like that could definitely make a good storyline if we look at the other match that will lead into the Priffin match, being so either Priffin's going to be going against Silver or Hacking Noises. So that's pretty much guaranteed to be a good match.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Silver or Hack's not looking forward to playing Priffin, the winner of of the season 3 playoffs, but Priffin keeping his hopes alive